Welcome to the first installment of the Living Out Loud series. As you know, every month I will bring you interviews of entrepreneurs who are breaking the mold and living their best lives all over the world. Yeah, because they're not going back and forth with you or anybody else. Today, I have the wonderfully energetic and innovative entrepreneur, Michael, Mr. Overdeliver Baptiste, owner of VGM Agency. How you doing today, Michael?
Hey, I'm doing great, Kim. How about yourself? How you doing?
Great, I'm great. Okay, I have to ask, where on the planet are you today?
Right now, I am in Thailand as we speak today.
Okay, cool. How's the weather? Are things going cool? Because it's in the middle of the night for you guys. It's 11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock. Yeah, it's sleeping time for most people. But, when you're on a digital nomad schedule, hey, the clocks are, your time schedule's all over the place.
Absolutely. Well, let's see. Let's get started. Let's get into got some strange things going on over here with the laptop. Let's get into some questions. You ready?
Let's do it. Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to do it. Ready to make it happen.
Cool. So tell us a little bit about what you do, because I did not prep our audience for what you do. So what's going on in Michael Overdeliver Baptiste world?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. So I believe everybody has a superpower or a gift that they can share with the world. So what I help people do is I help people go inside of themselves, discover their superpower or their gift, actually help them turn it into a high-ticket business so they can get paid to share it, impact lives all over the world, and ultimately build a fun lifestyle-based business so they can travel the world, share time with their loved ones, their family, their friends, and ultimately create freedom their way. And so that's what I do inside of High Ticket Freedom, is help people transform their lives. And I've been doing it now. This is going into the 4th year that I've been doing it. And it's one of those things that's been one of the most joyful things that I've done as an entrepreneur, which is impact people's lives at a very high level. And so, yeah, that's what's going on over here, but also at the same time, making sure that I'm continuously going within myself to search for answers and to and to do more self-discovery, because I believe that the more that you expand as an individual, it allows whatever you do to expand externally with whatever project or goal or object you're working toward.
Absolutely. So you just told us that you're in Thailand. And I know you're probably a long way from home. So where are you originally from?
Yeah, long way from home indeed. I'm from Miami, Florida. Southernmost.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about the you, the bad you. Hey. Yeah. So from Miami, and my family on my father's side, they're from the Bahamas and Haiti. And on my mother's side, they're actually like native, Americans, natives that were there. So yeah, interesting, diverse mix there.
It's an interesting mix. It's a very interesting mix. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I just showed up.
It would make for some very interesting conversations at home.
Yeah, there was some interesting things being said and going down. That's for sure. But
well, I know you started I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, I was going to ask you where you at in the world, because I think that's cool to know too.
Oh yeah, I am currently in Playa del Carmen. Don't know where I'll be next week, but right now I'm in Playa.
Yeah, that's cool.
Although today it's raining, so no beach day. I had to cancel all of my play dates this afternoon. That's okay. I'll still be sitting here with my laptop, banging it out. So I know you started VGM Agency in 2015. Tell us, how did you wind up starting the agency in 2015, and what got you into this line of work, creating these opportunities for people to basically live their best lives and gain some financial and location independency?
Absolutely. So for me, I was playing basketball in college, but I got hurt. I had 2 knee surgeries, and I realized basketball wasn't going to be the way for me. So at that point, I started searching for other ways that I could, make an income and provide a way of life for myself. And when I was in college, I discovered internet marketing. One night, I bought this guy's book on a late night infomercial. It came in the mail a week later. I took action. I made money online, and in my first 10 minutes, I made $20. It was amazing. It was like I had the weight of the world just fall off my shoulder. It was like, yes, I got something. So So that right there is what sparked the journey. But in 2015, I was working a job for a client, and it wasn't fulfilling. I just wasn't happy. I didn't enjoy driving the hour to work, hour home. Being trapped in a little box building and have to sit inside of a box cubicle and have to go get lunch from a box, restaurant, and then bring back my little pinto box and eat out of a box. I couldn't do it.
A lot of boxes.
Yeah, a lot of boxes, and I'm not a very boxy person. I'm a very, I don't know. So anyway, I started looking online to see, hey, look, I know how to create products. I've coached people online. I've gotten consulting clients before. I even closed some very large six-figure deals before. And I realized, I'm like, yo, man, I know stuff. Let me just take what I know and let me find out who's doing it at a high level and just, follow that person. So I saw this guy. His name was Jabril, right? And I give shout outs to Jabril because, the dude, he inspired me.
Everybody knows Jabril.
Everybody knows Jabril. Everybody knows Jabril.
Space, Jabril.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Jabril's the man. So, props and shout out to Jabril. But I saw his video and I was like, yo, hold on. Is this dude doing it? I could do it. So I then went and searched for a coach. I hired a coach. That coach showed me what to do. And I was able to launch a product. And it earned enough money to quit my full-time job and just make more online than I was making at my full-time job. I hired my coach's coach because I'm like, hey, look, I believe in coaching. I believe in, getting mentors and people who know more than you do and surrounding yourself with them and just letting them share what they know so you can use it how you can. When I hired my coach's coach, he actually taught me how to take what I was already doing, what I already knew how to do, and he taught me how to structure it in a way that increased the value, it increased the perception of what I was doing. And that's when I launched High Ticket Freedom. The first month I brought in 10 clients, and then I bought a one-way ticket to Colombia, and that was it. Ever since.
You said, I'm out.
The rest is history. The rest is history. I'm in the next country now. I'm dab. The rest is history from there.
Okay. So why are you doing this line of work? I mean, you alluded earlier to wanting to help people live their best lives, to having them fulfill their wildest dreams. Deep down, why are you doing this line of work?
That's a great question. One thing I'll say is like looking back over my lifetime, from a very young age, I always had the spirit of a salesman. I always had the spirit of somebody who could, wanted to solve problems and somebody who actually wanted to get out there and say, hey, look, I got this right here. Like, you look like you're real bored right now. I got a toy for you. What's up? $1. You know what I mean? Like I just always had it in me naturally. So as I got older and I started to get into different lines of work and work with different clients, and learning from these different mentors, taking action and closing deals as a college student, I realized, hold on, I got something. I'm the only one in my university who's, at that time, who's really like on this internet marketing thing and going out here, attracting clients for copywriting services and digital marketing services as a college student. I realized that this would be a way of freedom for me. So I said to myself, you know what? I can actually share with other people how they can figure something out for themselves. They don't necessarily have to do what I'm doing, which is copywriting. That was my thing. But maybe they can learn about Facebook ads, right? Maybe they can learn about affiliate marketing. Maybe they can learn about Amazon or eBay. Maybe they can learn about some sort of income generation strategy where they can use it and they can change their life with it. Because at the time I was trapped. I didn't see any other way besides basketball. When I found copywriting, internet marketing, I said two things. One, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life until I'm as successful as possible. And two, I'm going to share this with as many people as possible that might have been trapped, that might be trapped right now like I was at that time. So those are the two big reasons. And I tell you my story just so that way, you understand it, where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of, I saw no way out. I grew up in the projects in poverty, single mom, father was in prison, dropped out of college and still had to find a way to become successful. And so that's one of the things that drives me to share this with as many people as possible.
And that's the part of your story that I absolutely love, is that the transition. And since you mentioned it, let's talk about, just for a moment, your upbringing. What was life like for you growing up? because one of the things that I like to try and impart to people is that particularly now, the playing field is almost level. The internet has given us opportunities that we did not have previously, and it has made several hundred, possibly thousands of us rather well off financially. So how did you arrive here? What was life like for you growing up?
Yeah, I'll share, in the early years of my life, even though I grew up in the projects, my father was there for the first few years. And my father was a very, let's just say he was a very rich streets pharmacist, right? And
Street farm, yes, I understand.
Yeah. So in the first few years, life was great, spoiled, had everything, like it was all there. And then my father left. He went to prison. And when that happened, things changed. My mom, she wasn't earning a lot of income at the time, so we started to struggle. She was, she did the best that she could with what she had, but it was a struggle for her being a teenage mom and a single mom. And on top of that, me then dealing with the issues of, abandonment. I'm not enough, I'm not worthy. My parents don't love me. Why would he leave? And then it became a process of me trying to find my father's approval through doing different things like playing sports, right? Like, hey, if I make it to the professional league with basketball, my dad will finally pay me attention. He'll finally love me. So I dealt with a lot of that growing up, and basketball was my main thing. Basketball literally saved me from like street life and continuing to be in gangs growing up. So for me, my upbringing was it was filled with a lot of struggle. But in the entire process, I always said to myself, one day I will make it. One day I will find a way to be successful, no matter what it is. And as I got older and I discovered internet marketing, and I discovered a way that I can, I'll use this analogy. I can go out to the water. I can put out my little line, right? I can drop the bait in the water. A fish will bite it. I can pull it up and I can take the fish, cook the fish, and I can eat the fish and I can survive. Like I can do it for myself. And when I discovered internet marketing, as I got older, I realized that, I flashed back to when I was growing up, and I realized, it wasn't that my parents didn't love me or I wasn't deserving of the best that life had to offer, right? Or that my dad left, because of me. Like, that wasn't the case. My parents both did what they thought they needed to do in order to take care of me. And at the same time, I was always valuable. I was always worthy. I was always deserving of the best that life had to offer. And upon discovering internet marketing and, figuring out how to make money for myself, I stopped seeking my father's approval, and I began looking for my own approval. And I said, hey, man, is this what I like? Am I enjoying this? Am I happy? And that has been one of the things that's been guiding me on this part of my journey. So yeah, that was life for me growing up. Hope that wasn't too in depth right there.
No, that's perfect, because people need to understand where we come from and how, what life was like in our formative years in order to understand, some of our triumphs. And I love the fact that you were able to take that negative self-talk that you had earlier in life and you completely turned it around. Because I know, and this is just my own personal knowledge of you, you are into a lot of other things besides internet marketing, the whole mindset, positive and growth mindset, taking care of one's body, the temple, taking care of your soul, reconnecting with nature. I know all of those things are very important to you. So we want to make sure that we paint a 360-degree picture of who Michael Baptiste is, so that people really can understand what it takes to reach these kinds of levels of entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
So I've got a question. This is one of my favorite ones. What was the most difficult part of your journey to success as an entrepreneur?
The most difficult part of my journey of success as an entrepreneur was wow. I had so many. Okay, so I'll tell you. Can I tell you two?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So the first most difficult part of being an entrepreneur, one thing I didn't learn is that budgeting, cash flow, and understanding income, expenses, right? Like really, really understanding them, profiting, understanding finances. So when my partners and I, we started one of our companies, and I was at the time, I just got back from study abroad in China, and I just finished college, and I decided to rent out a room from a friend. Like she was a friend, she had her own crib. She was like, hey, yeah, if you want to stay here, cool, no problem. And so I rented out a room, and at the time I had digital products that I could have sold, but I wasn't selling for some reason. I was like, oh, will people buy this? I don't like the procrastination took me over.
Procrastination.
Yeah, and so I said to myself, all right, bro, you got to do something. You got to do something. And then, I missed a date to pay the rent. He was like, hey, we're friends and all, and I'm sorry I have to do this, but you didn't pay on a certain day, so you got until this day. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Yeah. So I was like, this is really happening right now. All right. And so I had two decisions I could have made at the time. One was go home. Well, three. One was go home, back to mom's house and start again. The second was get a job and tell her, hey, look, just give me to this time and I'm gonna have a job. Which, and then the third option was my partners at the time with Banana Milk. They had an apartment that they were renting, but they said, yo, we're spending too much money on this apartment, and we want to take all of this money and really invest it into, the banana milk business. So we're going to sleep in our car for a couple weeks. So I was like, sleep in the car? Wait, but we was all just building this business in like the library, working on the business plan together. Yeah. And now y'all are sleeping in the car? Wait, I'm actually getting evicted. Hold on. Maybe we could take hopeless. Yeah. I'm like, yo, maybe we could take this time to like come together. Yes, we figure out where we're gonna sleep at, but we can take this time to really work on this business, really get off the ground, really bring in some investors, really like pop it off. And that was difficult because for close to about 3 months, I was homeless with my partners. We were sleeping where we could, sleep in the FedEx, but get up and start working. Sleep in the car, but get out the car and then go work in the McDonald's, go work in the coffee shop. It was like constantly grinding. And so one thing I'll say is that, one of the most difficult challenges I faced was like understanding budgeting and financing to, at the bare minimum, take care of survival needs, right? That was my first major lesson. My second lesson came when we built Banana Milk, and we took Banana Milk from, and by the way, that same year we raised $350,000. So that changed things for me and my partners. And the struggle was worth it, but it was, like, you can't be afraid to, miss a few meals as an entrepreneur,
No, and in the beginning, you have to sometimes. If you believe in your vision, you got to make sacrifices for it.
Absolutely. And so just getting into the second most difficult thing that I would say as an entrepreneur I face is, so we built Banana Milk. It started growing and it reached a point where it became a multi-six-figure company in 2017. But while currently I was still running High Ticket Freedom as like kind of like a side project, but it was like one of my best digital programs I ever created that created the most success stories. That's what I judge all of my courses and anything I create is on the people that it impacts. So I was still running it, but kind of like on the sideline. And we grown this business. This business was about to finally blossom into hit the 7-figure mark. We closed it, and I said to myself, my goal is to help get this business into Whole Foods, Walmart, like the biggest and the best, because I believe if you go for the biggest and the best, everything else, will come.
Absolutely.
We did it. We went out in June 2017. We closed Walmart on a nationwide deal with Banana Milk, and then something came over me, Kim, and it was like, yo, you hit the goal. Now what? And I realized that even though this business was extremely lucrative and it's a growing, thriving business right now, and it's going to continue to thrive and grow as fans, but I wasn't happy. And because I wasn't happy, I said, nah, man, I got to do what makes me happy. And I went and I looked at High Ticket Freedom, and I said, hold on, High Ticket Freedom. You, through this entire time, have always been here with me. You've been riding, you've been helping people. People's lives have changed. They text me about their marriages better. They bought a new car. They moved into a new house. And I'm just, and here I am chasing this big vision, this big dollar sign, right? With this, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's you know, it's the business is growing and doing its thing, but it didn't make me happy. So I decided to walk away from that company. We put a management team in place. They run the company now. But I decided to just walk away from it, allow them to grow it, do what it's going to do. And I decided to put my focus and energy to what I actually enjoy doing. There's a difference between being happy and being in joy, right? Joy is everlasting. Like it's consistent. But happiness, it's like a butterfly. It's always, So yeah, I did for what allowed me to feel joy, allowed me to feel peace, allowed me to feel good when I sleep at night. Sleep, good sleep, knowing that I'm actually helping people and I'm able to live the lifestyle I want to live. And I took the jump and just went all in. And it's for me, that's been one of the biggest lessons I've learned is do what makes you feel joy. Do what makes you feel good. Do what makes you, excited to wake up in the morning to get at it, to say, hey, I get to do this today. Oh, and they pay me for this. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. So I would say that's another big lesson that I've learned as an entrepreneur, and it's interesting. This is the first time I've actually shared these parts of the story with anybody. So
wow,
yeah.
It's an exclusive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gotta make the first episode a good one.
Wow. So the lesson that I'm taking from this is that even having a multi-million-dollar business or $1 million business is not going to make you happy.
Nah.
So for all of our listeners, money is not everything. You think sometimes that, if I can just get my business to this level, I'm going to be happy. All of my prayers will be answered. All of my dreams will come true. That's not always necessarily true. So, Michael, you walked away from $1 million business to pursue your own dreams.
Yes, yeah, I did.
But the thing is, you're happy. You are joyous. You are energetic. You want to get up and get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Life is definitely changed. Let's change course just a little bit. And I want to give everyone a very clear idea of what high ticket freedom is. So can you give us a detailed summary? That's interesting, a detailed summary. Can you give us the detail on exactly what high ticket freedom is and what it helps your students and your clients to do?
Absolutely. So, the first thing I'll say is the mission of High Ticket Freedom is really to educate, inspire, and empower people to create freedom their way through the path of high ticket. So, what we do in High Ticket Freedom is we walk people through a very detailed process of identifying what are their core values, what is their actual superpower, meaning what gifts, talents, life experience, passions, life lessons, specialized knowledge they've acquired, or specialized skills they develop, what are those things that they have inside of themselves? And we teach them how to take, how to extract those resources, extract those talents, and craft it into a packageable solution that actually solves a real problem. So once we help people identify what their thing is, right? And sometimes I'll be real with you. Some people are just like, oh, I don't got nothing, Mike. I don't know what to do, right? So it just is what it is. So what we do that's different at High Ticket Freedom is we teach people how to either set up a digital marketing service that they can outsource. So we say, hey, look, here's some white label agencies if you want to white label the work, and they'll do it for you. And we show them how to actually craft their own affiliate funnels for high ticket offers. So basically, we teach them how to sell high ticket affiliate products if they don't want to create their own product or service. So High Ticket Freedom is not just about one size fits all, but it's more about having strategy. And as Sun Tzu once said, the goal and the objective of war is not to have more, what was it? The object of strategy basically is to have more options than the opponent.
Yes.
So we teach people strategy in the very beginning. Now, once we help them uncover that solution, then we help them get laser clear on who they want to work with. So we help them craft the dream client avatar. We dive into some things related to what is the solution, right? Well, sorry, what is the problem that your dream client is suffering from? What are the pain points? We help them dive into demographics, psychographics, to just really get clear on who this person is that they're selling to. Because, you know, if you go out and you look for a person wearing a blue shirt, you see a crowd of people wearing yellow, green, and white, you know, you're going to keep looking until you find a person with the blue shirt, and then boom, that's who's going to, you know, that's the right person for your offer. So we teach them that strategy and go into depth with it. Then the next step from there is actually, how do you craft a funnel, right? What type of funnel? Is it just a, you know, webinar funnel, which is the most effective? That's what we use. But if we're talking about like a, you know, a marketing service or an affiliate funnel, then that's, you know, that's where you use something like a case study or like a video review about that affiliate product. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
From there, yes. From there, once we teach them the funnels strategy, then we teach them how to set up some automated marketing communication, that being email marketing and also chatbot marketing, because as you know, chatbot, email, like those are
going crazy.
Absolutely. And yeah, so from there, the next thing that we tap into is how to actually generate traffic. So how to use Facebook advertising for traffic, how to use Bing advertising for traffic, how to use influencer marketing for traffic. So basically tapping into other people's audiences to generate traffic, or even, you know, how do you make yourself an influencer, right? How do you build your own audience? How do you build your own Facebook group so you can actually build your own pond of ideal clients and prospects that you want to work with? So we teach them these strategies. So that way, again, it's about strategy, you know, having strategies that are proven and that work. Then from there, the next step we teach them is, you know, we walk them through how to actually set up a sales call process to where you know, dream prospect or client applies to work with them. They can schedule a time to jump on the phone with them, and they can get on the phone. We teach them how to do sales. So we actually provide them with the script, teach them how to do sales, teach them how to use voice tonality, right? Like teach them how to speak real fast, and we teach them about what type of psychology that creates, and then we teach them how to, you know, go slow, lower the tone.
Exactly.
It creates a different psychological effect. So we walk them through these things so that way they can understand how to do sales for themselves. And again, we provide them with the resources to just read the script, say what the script says, and then boom, you know, close the deal, you know?
There you go. Close it.
Yeah, we keep it simple. Simplicity. It's about simplicity. And then from that point, we teach them how to actually deliver to the client. So once you close them, what are you delivering to them? Like, what is it? Is it a course? Is it a service? What exactly is it? And we teach them how to step-by-step systematically create the content, create the product, and deliver the solution to the client on what I like to call the silver platter experience. So showing up with everything that they ask for and a little bit more. They call it over-delivering. So,
that's how you got Michael Overdeliver Baptiste.
Exactly. It's like, it's natural. But yeah, and then from that point, we teach them how to systematize it, how to automate it, how to make sure that they can actually start putting some processes in place to have that automation, how to actually hire a virtual assistant, how to bring on team members. So we provide them with scripts, independent contractor agreements, interview questions for hiring people, resources and websites to go out and start hiring people. So we do our best to provide them with all the resources they'll need to actually grow their business, grow their team, and scale up over the long term. And and also, and the final thing that we tap into is just talking about some things related to, how do you create a lifestyle business, right? How do you travel? Like, what are some travel hacks? What are some things to use if you want to create your lifestyle? Things of that nature. So that's what we offer currently in our program. But we're working on we actually just opened up a 2.0. We just started an enrollment for that. The 2.0 program is, it's on another level. But that's something that we could talk about at another time. But for right now, with the current program, that's what we offer currently.
Okay, cool. We'll stick with that. One of the things I like about your current program is that it is a 360-degree, and there's that word again, 360-degree program. So it literally takes someone from no idea to execution and having clients. It also teaches them some of as you mentioned, the psychology behind tonality, behind some of the words that they may use, whether it be in print or whether they're on the phone with them. So I love programs that basically are from soup to nuts, from cradle to grave, because a lot of people are just really happy to give you like 10 minutes of a snippet, and then you're supposed to go off and figure out how to do all this stuff on your own. No, That's where you spend, a lot of people spend a lot of money purchasing programs and don't necessarily get the value that they need out of them. And your program, High Ticket Freedom, is completely the opposite. So that's one of the reasons why I am such a fan of it. Let's talk about, you're so welcome. I'm going to lob you another question. And I've actually seen this. I've seen Justin Berengia do this. I've seen Brendan Bouchard talk about this. So I'm pose the same question to you. If you had to start from scratch, what would you do first?
If I had to start from scratch, the first thing I would do is,
Today would be day zero. If you had to start from scratch today, what would you do first?
Oh, I already know what I would do. If I had to start from scratch, for sure. If I had to start from scratch, knowing what I know, I would focus on developing one skill. I would develop one skill, and I would use that one skill to build a business with. So let me explain what I mean.
Okay.
In order to learn a skill in 2018, 2019, whenever you're watching this video, all it takes is maybe about 2, 4, 6 weeks of intense study on Google, YouTube, different websites, blogs, articles, free training course. Like it takes two. If you sit down in front of the computer for 2 weeks and just focus on one thing, you don't go a mile wide and an inch deep. Instead, you go an inch wide and a mile deep as possible. You will learn a new skill, and that skill, you'll be able to profit from that one skill. Facebook ads, Google PPC, copywriting, video editing, mobile app development, website development, SEO. These are some skills that people pay high dollar for. And these are skills you can literally create with no money, no experience. You don't need no knowledge. You don't have to, you don't even have to be good at typing. You don't even got to be smart. I met people that are dumb, and they told me, yo, I am dumb. And they got F's on the report card, but they got a business because they learned one skill, which was Facebook ads. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't need to be smart. Look, it don't matter if you went to jail or you went to Yale. It don't matter. I'm telling you.
You either went to jail or you went to Yale. Oh my goodness, I have to use that.
It doesn't matter. So for me, what I would do first is I would develop the skill of copywriting. And the reason I say that is because I'm very fascinated with how you can use words to make a person do something, for me, do something that's in their best interest, but, up to you if you want to, go on the other side of that equation. But for me, it's just phenomenal how you can make somebody do something and just influence them to make a buying decision with words. So for me, I would go and learn that skill of copywriting first. That's what I would do.
Okay.
And then I would use that skill to go out and start, hey, look, I'll write your blogs, I'll write your articles for you, and just blow them away and ask for referrals.
Yeah, I think you're right. Copywriting is where the money is, because without the words, you cannot effectively persuade anyone to purchase. And we have a mutual friend who is going gangbusters in that space, and I am so happy for her. So yeah, we'll do a shout out. Hey, April Beverly, we know you are. In fact, I'm coming for you to interview you. But we know that your copywriting service, you are the $1 million word stylist, just slanging sentences. But yeah, her work is incredible. And you're right, copywriting, I think if I knew then what I know now, I probably would have gone into copywriting instead of some of the other things that I've done. But that's okay. I can always hire a great writer like April and her staff. So
exactly.
It goes from there.
There you go.
So, for someone who's completely new to this industry, someone who's completely new, excuse me, to internet marketing, what's the best way for someone like that to get into this industry and start to experience results? Because, there are a lot of get rich quick, you can make $1,000 a week, or you can make $1,000 an hour. I see them in my email all the time. But from a learned person on this industry, what's the best way to get in and start experiencing results?
So the best way, the fastest way, the most low-hanging fruit direction to go, I'll be real with you, is affiliate marketing. You don't have to create a product. You don't have to create a website. You don't have to spend time testing to see if anything works or if anything does anything realistically. And the reason I say affiliate marketing is because that's the way I made my first few dollars on the internet. And that led me down my path to then eventually discovering high ticket. So I say affiliate marketing as one strategy if you're just like Homer Simpson dumb, or not dumb, but if you're just Homer Simpson level and it's just like do, and you don't know what to do, affiliate marketing is easy. It's easy peasy, bro. However, in order to really make it work, I recommend going the high ticket route. So going the route of being a high ticket affiliate pays more. Because if you're promoting a product that costs, $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, $5,000, whatever the price may be, that commission is larger than if you're promoting for something for like $47 or $35. And that's one of the things that we teach our clients, and we provide them with a Rolodex, because it's like, look, if you don't want to do anything, if you don't know how to create your own product, if you don't want to go that route, look, go this route. Here's how you do it, and here's a couple products you can apply to promote for. So it's important to take out some of that guesswork of where to find the products, where to source them at, because they're sitting waiting for people to promote them. And so that I would say is for somebody who has no experience, nothing, and no skills, no knowledge, no life lessons, no life experience, no passion, nothing, affiliate marketing. But if someone has a message, right? They have a story, they have life experience, they have something that they want to share with the world that's deep inside of them, then I would recommend them going the route of creating their own high ticket package and sharing that with the world. Because they can deliver more value to the clients, because they're getting paid more, so they have more time and resources that they can dedicate to truly helping these clients and truly delivering a real experience to these people. So those are the two things that I would recommend, affiliate marketing in the high ticket space and creating your own high ticket package, whether that's a product, a course, a service, a coaching or consulting program, etc. Okay.
And I'll insert the commercial, and BGM agencies, specifically High Ticket Freedom, can assist you in doing that. Have to give a plug.
Definitely can.
Yes. So exactly, how would one go about creating their own business the way that you do? Break it down for us. Give us kind of like that step-by-step Reader's Digest version, obviously. But give us that step-by-step process.
So step one, identify a major problem you can solve.
Okay.
That's step one. Step two, once you've identified this major problem you can solve, you must identify who is going to buy or who needs this solution. So this is basically getting clear on your target market, your demographic, your dream client. Yeah. Step number three, once you got this figured out and you kind of got an idea, okay, you know what, women aged 25 through 45 in the Northeast area of the United States, whatever, just like once you figured out those demographics, then you move on to the next step, which is identifying, okay, you know what the problem is, the pain that this person is going through. You know who the person is themselves. What is the solution? What is the solution, right? Like you need the pain point. You need the person with the pain point. You need the solution for the person who has the pain point. Those are the first initial steps I would take. And then, the next thing I would recommend is doing market research, seeing what other companies are out there, seeing what the numbers are, seeing what type of medical facts you can find out about the industry, or business facts, or real estate facts. Whatever your niche is, you find out as many facts as you can and just as much detail as you can about that industry, just because it's important for you as a business owner to know. Then the next step is, once you kind of solidify this information and you see, hey, there's a problem I can really solve. People need this. I see that there's an interest. There's an actual demand for my solution. Then the next thing I would recommend doing is going and actually registering an LLC. Okay. So it might be $150, $120, $200. I don't know what state, what country you're in, wherever you're at in the world, but it'll be relatively affordable. All you got to do is go to your state government website. Every state has one, and you just literally go in there and register a business on their website. Again, it may not cost you $300, and boom, you have an LLC, you have a company. So now you can actually do business under that company, because again, you know what the problem is, you know who has this problem, and you know what your solution is. You've done the research to see that the market is actually interested in this and there's a demand for it. Boom, register the company and get to work from there. So those would be the first 5 steps that somebody could take to start putting in that initial groundwork and foundational work to start their business.
Okay, so everybody, you hear that? Those are the first 5 steps if you want to do this on your own.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, tell me something. What's the biggest mistake you've ever made? Or what's the biggest mistake you made getting started in entrepreneurship? And the flip side of that question is, what big mistakes do you see other people make? So you can answer those in whichever order you want to.
Okay. I'll do my best to. Okay, boom, got one here. Okay, I'll just bring this to the front. Okay.
Yeah.
So and that's just visual of my brain working very robotically. So the first thing I'll say, the first biggest mistake I made. So when I first got started, the book I bought was like $50 for the package, and I had $150 to my name. So you can just imagine where I was. I was but I ended up profiting.
You just spent 1/3 of your cash.
Woo, yeah, no, I couldn't buy beer for that week. It was tough. So anyway, so after buying this book for $50, I started doing what this guy said, and I made a couple $100 on the internet. Like it was maybe like $300, you know. And so I had a positive return, and I was like, yo, I'm ready to conquer the world. What else they got? And so they had an upsell inside the members area, right? I didn't know what it was. I'm like, hold on, I can get coaching. I can get somebody to talk to me to help me through this. Oh, let me jump on that, because I know coaching works because I've been coached in basketball and I've won championships. You know, I've won championships at different levels of basketball. So it's like I know without a doubt if I get a coach, oh man, I'm gonna win. I get on the phone, like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this. And they said, yeah, so that'll be $4K. I'm like, oh gosh, huh? What?
Yeah, that's an upsell for you.
I said
that's a real upsell right there.
Yeah. In my head, I said
from $50 to $4,000. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was quite a jump. Yeah, I wasn't ready. Like Kevin Hart, I wasn't ready. No.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, okay.
Okay, all right. So I said, all right, 4K, this has got to be good. I'm gonna get the money. And
wow, okay.
Lo and behold, a month and a half later, talking to these people, I found out they had a loan program. So I ended up taking out a loan to get started with internet marketing course. Now here's what a mistake.
You probably would not advise people to do today.
No, don't take out a loan. No.
Yeah.
Don't take out a loan to buy anybody's program. Like not even mine. I wouldn't if you gotta take out a loan to work with me, I'm like, nah, look, you should probably do this first and then, make your money and then spend on, something. But nah, don't take out a loan. So what happened for me is that, yes, I did take out a loan, and loans work, they work, they're beneficial in certain cases. But for me at that time, and just from what I've learned, the level of information that I got from the $50 course was actually more. It was what's the word? I won't say that it was better, but it was just.
It had more value.
Yeah, there you go. It had more value. The $4,000 program that I purchased, the content was very fluffy. It was very so welcome. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be telling you what we're gonna be welcoming you here today about. So welcome to this welcome video about welcoming you here. So the first thing in welcome, and I'm like, yo, hold on. I'm just scratching my head for I'm like, wait, what? Where's the? And so
where's the meat?
I got more value from the $40 course than I did from the $50 course, and I did from the $4,000 coaching.
Wow.
And I learned in that moment, I said, I am going to find a way to create my own products at this price. But what I'm going to do differently is that I'm going to deliver. I'm gonna give people so much that they're not even gonna. Hey, I didn't even know I needed this, but thanks for putting it in here. I didn't even know, man. I didn't even know you sold this in here, but thanks for throwing it in there. You know, I wanted to deliver so much value that people, if they go through the information, like their chances of success are through the roof. And that mistake led to my greatest benefit and my greatest victory, because that led to me eventually, you know, hiring the right coaches and working with the right people to create high ticket freedom.
Oh, right.
You see, so everything works out for your greater good in the end. That's what I believe.
Always.
So to answer the other side of your question, the second question, I'll be real. I forgot it. If you could just remind me, please, one more time.
What big mistakes have you seen others make?
Ooh, this is a great one. So the big mistake I've seen others make is not take action. That's the first thing. And not follow through. You know, there's a lot of other mistakes that people make out there, whether it's, you know, trusting the wrong person, but it's, you know, the internet has so much. It's like, who do you trust these days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I listen to some big guys, some big gurus that I've even rubbed shoulders with in the past, and the stuff they say, I'm like, that's not good advice. No. I get what I get the, you know, go rah 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 rah, but it's like does that make you happy at the end of the night? So anyway, I'm not gonna get into that, but
yeah, I understand.
People will invest in a program, they'll invest in a course, they'll invest in coaching, consulting, mentoring, you know, they'll invest in their education somehow, some way. But they don't do anything with it. They just learn and learn and learn and learn.
It's there.
Yeah.
And I've been guilty of doing it myself in some areas, but yeah, you got this knowledge, use it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a big mistake, and you're not the only one. I've been guilty of that too. And what I do differently now is I make it a priority for at least 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours a day to just have some internet marketing training, entrepreneurship training, you know, mindset training, you know, NLP training, or, you know, metaphysics training. I'll just have something on in the background so my brain's just absorbing the information while I'm working or while I'm doing other activities throughout my day. Even if I'm not sitting there looking at the video with my eyes, my ears are still picking up the information and storing it into my brain. So when I need to use it, it comes out.
That makes sense. One of the things I do is I'll listen to audiobooks while I'm cleaning the house, you know, while I'm writing copy or doing something. Just basically, if I'm doing something mindless, doing laundry or whatever, I'll listen to an audiobook, and, you know, I may not be actively listening to it, but I know that my subconscious mind is absorbing what's being said. So that's a great point. Yeah, 1 to 2 hours a day is a great goal for a lot of our listeners. I need to incorporate that 1 to 2 hours a day. I try to do 1 to 2 hours every other or 3 days, but probably need to step my game up these days.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, why not? You only got 24 hours. Why not, you know, try to pick something new up? Why not?
Yeah, and I only sleep about 4 of them, so.
Wow.
Since I left the United States, since I became an expat, my sleep patterns have gotten so much better. So, yeah, I actually get a lot of sleep now. Yeah, lots and lots of sleep. Well, we talked about you being in Thailand earlier, and I am in Playa del Carmen, and you and I are dialed into an entire network of people that basically work from all over the world. Call them digital nomads, call them expats, just call them on vacation or whatever you want to call them. But we know an awful lot of people who are doing this and who are really just saying, you know, the hell with corporate 9-to-5 jobs and sitting in that box, those boxes that we were talking about earlier. I'm going to go out and I'm going to, you know, strike my own path. I'm going to do my own thing and live my own life. So in your experience, what's the best way to build a location-independent lifestyle business starting from home? Because you really got to start from home and then venture out from there. So for people who are looking to free themselves, what would your advice be to them?
Well, the first advice that I would give you, I mean, this is a given. Definitely go check out High Ticket Freedom. Check out what we offer, because we actually teach people the A to Z nuts and bolts about getting started and actually creating their own lifestyle business. Like, we even have a great article that talks about, how to actually design your dream lifestyle. So aside from that, that little plug right there, aside from that, the first thing I would recommend doing is actually like getting clear on the type of lifestyle you want. So ask yourself these type of questions, right? If you had 24 hours to yourself and you can live your best 24 hours, I'm talking about the best day that you could possibly live, how would that day look from the time you wake up to the time you lay down to go to sleep at night?
Yes.
Get clear on that, because that's going to guide you on what type of business you want to set up so you can live your best 24 hours every single 24 hours that you get.
Mm-hmm.
Once you create that clarity on what you want, also include, what do you not want? What do you not want to show up in your day-to-day experience, right? Get clear on these things first, because you gotta actually focus on you first before you can think about the business. Because remember, you're the main entity. The business is the entity that you create. You see what I'm saying? So you're first, the business second. Get clear on what you want. Then once you're clear on what you want, ask yourself, how much time do you want to spend working per day, right? What type of work do you want to be doing? What type of clients do you want to work with? Like, ask, how much do you want to earn? How much will you need to earn in order to live this best 24 hours every single day that you thought about? Once you can come to some conclusions on this, then this will give you a better parameter of where to search and where to look, and what business income vehicles to explore and do your research on. Because some income vehicles may require you to put too much time in, and it may not be in alignment with your best 24 hours, right? One vehicle may not produce enough income and time to allow you to do what you want. So you really have to do your research on which income vehicle is going to be best. And I would say those are some of the first preliminary steps, but don't think that just because you take these steps and you get started and you set up a business that it's going to happen overnight. For me, look, nothing was overnight. It took years, years to get to this point. And no matter what happens, it's going to take work to get to where you want to be. So once you do these first initial steps, look, that's the easy part. I'll be real. That's the easy part, because the next step after that is action, work, and actually putting these fingers to the keyboard to work.
That building phase. Yeah. Not even the growth phase. It's the building phase that is almost agonizing. It's fun at the same time.
It is.
Yeah, because you can see yourself getting closer and closer to your goal. Yeah.
I agree with you on that. I agree with that. Yeah, that's the best part, is like when you're in those early stages. And I'll tell you, I'll share this with you. I remember my partners, when we were building Banana Milk and we were homeless, we would just ride, we would ride around and we would just talk, or we would, go sit down and have food, and we would just talk about the dreams, we would just, oh man, when such and such happens, we're going to do this, and, we're going to do that. And, when we build and grow and we sell this company, we're going to be able to do this with that, and we're going to be able to do that. And it's like that dreaming phase. It was so exciting. It was, it was a great time. It just, like you said, the early stages of building, right? Like, setting up that funnel and be like, man, I can't wait to see how this thing performs. Setting up that webinar, like, man, I can't wait to see how they react to this. I want to see. I can't wait. And exactly like you said, like that anticipation is, it's one of the things that you should enjoy when you're first getting started, because this is a journey. Even when you get to that, 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure level, whatever, you're still going to want to keep going, or you're still going to do something else. So it's important to enjoy the journey, because once you get to the destination, it's like, oh, I'm here. All right. You just get out of the Uber and you go in the building, right? But
that's the thing with Banana Milk. It's like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm getting out of this Uber and I'm going to go do something else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
man. So, in proximity to when you were homeless with your partners and you guys were doing all of the dreaming, how close is your life now to what was happening in your dreams?
Sorry, my laptop's down. I'm just plugging in my charger here.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, yeah, it's all great. Just making, we got the Okay, it's all good. I got the power.
All right. I haven't heard that song in a long time.
Oh, look at that. You know the song reference. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song. But yeah, so if you could just one more time, just repeat it.
Oh, I was asking, okay, you were saying that when you were homeless with your partners, you guys were in the dream phase and you had all these dreams that when you achieved X, you were going to do Y and Z. And my question was, how close is your life now to that of what you dreamed about when you were homeless with your partners before?
Wow. 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 You know, we are so I am much closer today than I was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we accomplished a lot of the dreams that we talked about. We had some experiences that, you know, we talked about, and we traveled and we did stuff, and we had a lot of fun building it in the process. But now with where it's at and, you know, where it's going, I'll say that we're probably like, we're almost at the finish line, from some of the early dreams that are leading into like the next dreams that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something interesting I'll share with you as well. In the process of building a banana milk, I even did my best 24 hours exercise, but I did it in the mindset that High Ticket Freedom was going to create this for me. And so literally, I wrote it out, and, you know, my life for the last 6, 7, 8 months, I don't know, something like that, has been what I wrote out for my best 24 hours.
Yes, yes, that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. So you really are living your best life. You are living your best 24 hours every 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's a blessing. That is definitely a blessing.
Yes, it is. But you know, I just want the listeners out there to understand that, like, there was so much sacrifice, so much pain, so much struggle involved in the process for me to get where I'm at, and it's still not a cakewalk, right? Like, even though I do have this side where it's like the best 24 hours, the old parts of me still show up. So the old doubt, right? The mindset of I'm not worthy, like that still tries to creep in. I've overcome it for the most part, but it doesn't go away. You see what I'm saying? You know, those thoughts of, hey, I'm not worthy, right? Like seeking approval, even though I've overcome these things and I heal from them, they still are a part of like me on a genetic level. So yeah, like, you know, a part of our core, like a part of that inner child that we all have, that we grew up with, and our shadow self. It's like, it's like even though, you know, I'm here, I still deal with those struggles internally, and I'm still overcoming them, and I do overcome them. And I just want listeners to know, like, no matter what, like, even if you create this vision and you get there, it's still not like you still will have things that you'll have to deal with. So don't think it's going to be rainbows and lollipops and pancakes and unicorns and smiley faces. That's not, and, you know, it's not going to be, like, no. It's going to be whatever you want it. It's going to be whatever you create it to be. So just create freedom your way.
Yes, absolutely. I like create freedom your way, because what do they say, that the struggle is not televised? No, it's not. You know, being an entrepreneur is a beautiful and wonderful thing, but it's also sometimes a thankless thing. And you have to kind of get through those thankless times. But from what you were just talking about, you recently wrote a great article on imposter syndrome, which hit home for a lot of people. I saw all the comments that you had on Facebook under this article. And just, you know, you can be an entrepreneur. You can have reached that level that you thought you were going to get to, and still you're going to have some kind of self-doubt. So I know one of the things that you're really big on is positive self-talk, and, you know, just really maintaining, you know, the mind-body connection. And what do you tell yourself on a regular basis, or what do you tell yourself? How do you bring yourself out of that feeling of imposter syndrome? Because I know it's a big problem for all of us.
Yes. So the most effective exercise I do, and this is something I teach to my clients, and this is this is very high value, but up to you how you choose to receive it. But what I do is I start and I literally just try to write out a list of 100 things that I've achieved, 100 things I've accomplished, 100 things I wanted to do in my brain, and I did it in real life, and I'd write it down. Whether it was, I don't know. I read, for an hour a day for an entire month, like something like a day. That's an achievement. I write it down.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated from elementary school. Oh yeah, I did that. Write it down. Oh, I graduated from middle school. Oh, I graduated from high school. Oh, okay, cool. I dropped out and I got back in college and I graduated. Oh, write that down. Oh, man, I've done some stuff. I've done some things, man. I woke up this morning. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, man, I did my laundry. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Yeah. And so that's the most effective strategy that I've used to overcome it. Again, something I share with my clients because it's like I feel like it don't matter who you are, like just knowing that can help you come out of that. That's one thing I do. Now, as far as like self-talk, what I do is I've done it. I've done exercises and just gone deep to just discover what voice is saying this. Like what are they saying? Where's it coming from? And I had to figure out. Oh, go ahead.
No, I said, where is it coming from? I was just repeating.
Yeah, absolutely. Figuring out where is it coming from. And then once I found out where it was coming from, I realized the source was not me. It was not this existing current Michael Baptiste. This was, this is the teenage Michael Baptiste or a child version of Michael Baptiste, right? That had, some experience happened, right, with childhood or with younger years, and that experience left an impact. And that impact created a little part of me that like, hey, no, you're not good enough. Hey, no, you can't do that. No, what do you think? Man, remember your teacher told you was gonna fail? You're gonna fail right now. Don't do that. Your teacher told you was gonna fail. Yeah. Your friend said this, your parents said that, or your teacher, or your pastor, whoever, right? And we carry these things with us subconsciously without even knowing it. We have all this extra weight on us, and we have no idea how to get rid of it. So one of the things that I've done is I've like just gone into that moment that made me feel like, that made me carry this weight with me. And I go and I forgive that part of myself. I forgive the current part of myself. So that way that forgiveness creates, it releases the tension of carrying that weight. And then I listen to the words and phrases that come up and I rephrase them. So if the phrase comes up as, hey, your teacher told you you're too dumb, you're not going to be able to do that, I'll just rephrase it. Even though my teacher said what they said, I'm a very intelligent person and I could do anything, right? And I'll take that phrase, and anytime that thought comes up, I boom, hit them with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like you playing cards. Like they put a card down, you put boom. It's like you playing Uno and you put a draw 4 and they put a draw 2. You know what I'm saying? It's like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Just to kind of give you a visual. And so that's one of the things there's a couple things that I do to get past that imposter syndrome, because I'll be real with you, no matter what level of success I have, even when I was playing basketball, I still had imposter syndrome then. So it's something you got to deal with. And it's either you learn how to deal with it or you let it deal with you. It's up to you.
There you go. Learn how to deal with it. It's up to you.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
So that's a very important thing to learn. But what would you say is the most important thing that you've learned, and why is it the most important thing that you've learned? Being an entrepreneur, being a digital nomad, an expat, what's that major nugget of information that you've learned?
Well, help me narrow it. I want to give you the best answer I can. So help me narrow it down, because I've learned quite a versatile amount of things. So
in building your business and starting and building your business, specifically high ticket freedom, what was the most important thing that you learned in creating, building, and growing high ticket freedom?
The most important thing I've learned more than anything else is take care of your customers. Take care of your clients. I cannot say enough great things about the people that work with me, about the people that trust me, that believe in me, that follow me, that allow me to share with them, that allow me to share my experiences, my knowledge with them, and they trust it, and they go and they apply it, and it changes their life, and they come back and say, hey man, look what you did for me. And I'm like, no, you did that.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. And they're just like, no, but you gave me the knowledge. I'm like, no, but you took the action. And it's a beautiful thing because, the beautiful people that come and they work with me, again, they trust me, and that trust means more than money to me. It's an energetic exchange that I don't take for granted. I don't take it lightly. And so, taking care of my clients means like, hey, what are you struggling with? Hey, what can be improved about this? Hey, what don't you like? What do you like? And just constantly reaching out to my clients, asking them questions. Even if I worked with them a year ago, 2 years, 5 years ago, I just hit them up like, hey, what's going on? Like, where you at? And hey, would you take a look at this? What do you think could be improved about it? How was your experience? What could have made your experience better with working with me? Where are you at now? Is there anything I can do to support you? Let's jump on a little chat, see where you're at, and just chop it up, right? So I've learned that taking care of your clients, that's been my greatest success, because I've had people that have come back to work with me over and over and over, and it's because they know they're like, I look out. Like I think back to when I was that kid at 22 and I spent $4,000 and nobody was, there was nobody there to support me, and I felt abandoned by this expensive program. I remind myself, nah, man, like for the person on the other side, I want to make sure that they know they're in good hands. And so that's the most important thing I've learned, is taking care of my clients and the people I work with.
That really is, I think, the most important thing in entrepreneurship in general. So we'll call that one of the keys. That's the most important thing that you've learned. But what do you think the keys are to becoming a successful entrepreneur?
Okay, so that's a good one. All right, so there are a couple keys. Some of them revolve around values. Some revolve around principles and mindset. So the first thing I'll say is, in order to be successful as an entrepreneur, it's not about what you say. It's not about what you think. It's not about what you feel. It's about who you are. So you actually have to be, you got to embody, you got to you got to make sure that whatever you're selling, whatever it is that you're offering, you are the product. You are the brand. Okay. Because that's what people are buying. People buy people, right? They don't go and buy websites. They buy people. So that's one key. Another key is, make sure that you have some legal counsel. Make sure that you have some legal people that you can consult with, lawyers.
Yes, sir.
Legal is a service you can take up on for I think $50 or $60. I don't know what the price is for Legal Shield now, but something you can check out if you don't have any resources with the legal side of your business. And make sure that you have somebody who's good with accounting and good with taxes, because that's important as well. A lot of people like to just go out there and sell products, but they don't understand there's a whole nother side of it, that, there's this thing called the government that you have to, yes, you have to, you got to stay compliant, right? So make sure that you got you some counsel in those areas of legal, okay, and accounting, taxes. Make sure that you have some counsel there. That's important. As far as the mindset to be successful, I read a book. It was called The Greatest Salesman in the World by Overdeliver.
Overdeliver, yes. Okay. One of my favorite books.
Yeah.
I have to reread it at least once a year.
Oh, so okay. Yes, I love that. So once a year you reread it for a whole year.
At least once a year I will reread it. Just sit there from cover to cover in one sitting. Yeah.
Have you ever read it over the course of 1 year?
No. I usually I'll pick a month or a week and I say, this, I'm going to set aside this time and I'm going to reread this book just to kind of regenerate the ideas in my head. But no, I've never thought of reading it over the course of a year.
So that's what I did, is I read that book over the course of a year, because that's how long the guy said it would take. And that year completely changed my entire life. One of the scrolls that was inside of the book, and I'm not going to give away it all for those who haven't read it yet. Highly recommend you read it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We need a reading list.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I actually have a reading list. I got a pretty good reading list as well. But one of the scrolls was, failure will not overtake me as long as my determination to succeed is strong enough. I can't tell you what number scroll it was, but failure will not overtake me as long as my determination to succeed is strong enough.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep. As an entrepreneur, like your mindset has to be one to where failure is not failure. I challenge you to shift your perspective and see failure as only feedback. So this is telling you, hey, look, you didn't do something right. You got to go back and do it again. Hey, look, you didn't do something right. You got to go back and do it again. Hey, look, you didn't do something right. You got to go back and do it again. Hey, you got it right. Hey, you succeed now. You see what I'm saying? So understand that like you're going to fail more times than you succeed. And that's okay. That's a part of the process. You just got to keep going until you succeed. And that, in regards to mindset, like if you could just do that right there, nothing will stop you. Another mindset thing I'll share is that, you become what you think about. So if you spend your time thinking about how hard it is, how, it sucks, how tough it is, how nobody's buying, that's what's going to show up in your reality. But if you say to yourself, you know what, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I am this person. I am making it happen. I am going to bring in clients. I am going to help people. I'm going to provide value. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it happen. This is happening. And just feel the feelings of that happening.
Yes.
And think about it. Like that right there, I mean, it's called The Stranger's Secret. And if you haven't heard the audio, it's by Earl Nightingale. Check out that audio by Earl Nightingale called The Stranger's Secret.
Okay.
But
that's number 2 on our list here.
oh yeah, the greatest salesman in the world and The Stranger's Secret. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, those are a couple things I recommend for somebody who's really looking to build a successful business. And the most important thing above anything else is find guidance, get mentorship, get coaching, get consulting. Look, it's going to shortcut the process. I used to think, I'm going to just buy another course. I'm going to just get this thing right here. And I'm going to just research YouTube. And I wasted 5 years of my life. Ooh. 5 years I can't get back. I can't get back those 5 years.
No, sir.
Then I hired one coach. My life changed in 10 weeks. I hired another coach. My life changed in 30 days. So I know the power of coaching, and even this year, like I've had one of my biggest online like webinar promotions with an affiliate this year, and it was thanks to a coach that I started working with. So a female business coach. She's one of the top business coaches in the entire country. Shout out to Miss Tiffany Largy Smith. If you haven't heard of her, check her out. Oh yeah, she's the real deal.
Hello, Tiffany.
Yeah. And so coaching or guidance is key. And it doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be Kim. It doesn't have to be the people that are sharing this information with you today. But find somebody who can guide you, who knows more than you do, and who you feel you like and you trust to help you get the way you want to go. But obviously you're right here because you trust Kim. Okay. And I'm sharing this information with you to let you know that, hey, this is real. So it'll probably be best for you to reach out to either Kim or myself, because we're people that can help you. But at the end of the day, you got to find somebody that can help you get the way you want to go in the shortest route possible. So you don't make a mistake like I did and lose 5 years. Just trying to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
I understand. I think if I had taken action on internet marketing when I first learned of it, do you remember the Rich Jerk?
Yes, I do. Yep.
That's when I first was introduced at a very high level to internet marketing. And I wish I had taken action then, because that had to be back in not 19, it was in the 2000s. Let me not get crazy here. But yeah, that had to be at least 7 years ago now. Almost, between 7 and 8 years ago. Just think where we'd be now. I know. So, yeah. Take action, folks. Take action.
Yes.
So, as we wrap things up, what should our listeners be doing for the next 30 days, the next 90 days, the next year to make sure that they accomplish their goals?
Yes. So, great question. For the next 30 days, what I would recommend you do is I would recommend that you get clear on what is your superpower, right? What are your gifts? What are your talents? What is your specialized skill that you have to offer the world? What are your life experiences that you've gone through where you can extract life lessons to teach, to share, to inspire others with?
Okay.
get clear on that. And again, if I'm not the sharpest knife in the toolbox. I'll be real with you. Like, yeah, it may come off like that, but sometimes I'm like, bro, did you really just do that? Oh my God, what you were not thinking, man. Why would you put all right, let's just go. So
yeah, neither am I.
yeah. I'll let you know, man. I'm not. I'm a nerd with certain things, but other things I'm just like, like, I don't know.
Like, look, I'll just hire somebody to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say, if you don't have a skill, if you don't have nothing, then learn a skill. Like research. Again, I drop some keys on you: Facebook ads, Google PPC, SEO, mobile app development, website development, copywriting, digital marketing consulting. You name it, right? Funnel building. There's tons of services you can actually go on YouTube, go on Google, and actually pick up this skill, right? Just pick up the skill over the next 30 days, and that's going to put you in a position to be able to offer that skill in the next 60 days, right?
Yeah.
So in the next 60 days, you can start offering that skill and actually get paid to do it. In the next 90 days, you can have clients coming in the door. And in the next year, you can actually be in a position where that 24 hours, like this best lifestyle that you want to live, you can actually be living it. Or you can be much closer to living it by, quitting your job, traveling to your first country, right? Or, getting that, getting that third team member on your team in the next 12 months, right? Like you can be in that position.
Yes.
Yeah, you can be in that position. So those would be some things that I would share, and just do it step by step. Focus on developing the skill or identifying that superpower. Then focus on how you actually get paid to share the superpower. Then in the next 90 days, focus on how can you start bringing in consistent clients to share this with. And over the next 12 months, then how can you actually take this skill that you've developed, take this business you've created, take these clients that you're bringing in, and how can you actually create a real business out of it and achieve those lifestyle goals that you had over the next 12 months.
There you go. That's it. That is absolutely it. So what final words of wisdom would you like to pass on to everyone who's listening to this call or watching this video?
Yeah, absolutely. So final words of wisdom.
Final words of wisdom from the sage, Mr. Michael Overdeliver Baptiste.
So I got two. The first is, what do you want people to say about you 200 years after you die? The second one is, if the dreams that you're dreaming can be accomplished in this lifetime, then you're dreaming too small. I challenge you to dream bigger. Yes, baby, dream bigger. Yes, your dreams should scare the hell out of you when you think about them. Oh yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way.
That first one was deep though. What do you want people to say about you 200 years after your death? That's deep. That's very deep.
I mean, with everything I do, I feel like it's important to go deep because it can literally save someone's life. So I take it as, sharing things that are deep and exercises and information that's deep. It's either going to save someone's life or their life's going to go into the slaughterhouse, right? Of the corporate world or whatever. That's just how I look at it. And that's how I like to deliver to people, as if I'm saving their lives, because I'm literally helping save people's lives. Yeah, you are. You absolutely are. And you're helping people who might not otherwise have an opportunity to own their own businesses, to be independent. You're giving them that opportunity for the ultimate independence. So that's a huge blessing. That is a beautiful thing. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you. So tell us, where can our listeners find out more about you? Where can they find you? Where can they find your products? How can they connect with you moving forward? Yeah, absolutely. So you can find out more about me over at highticketfreedom.com. That's our digital home base. Come on, check out our website. We've got some great content there that you can just read up about who I am, about my story, about how High Ticket Freedom came about. And also we got some great content there that literally you can go in there and you can start learning about different things like Facebook ads, again, how to design your dream lifestyle, how do you actually attract the type of clients you want. We teach about 6 different high ticket business strategies you can get started with, even if you're new. So there's a lot of great content on our site that we give away for free, just to really provide a lot of value to people up front. And if you want to learn more about our program, we actually have a free encore master session that we provide on our site. You can check that out. It'll give you some more details about our system, our program, and how you can get involved. And if I'm not mistaken, we actually, Miss Kim, or Dr. Kim rather, and I have been, speaking behind the scenes, and we're going to be doing something really awesome, putting together an exciting way for you to learn more about how you can create high ticket freedom for yourself, and at the same time, learn how you can get involved and take your life and business to the next level. So, I'll let her share the details on that when the time comes, but those are some ways you can get started to learn about high ticket freedom and about what we do. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook, Michael Overdeliver Baptiste. Just check me out. Send me a friend request. If you go to my page, you'll actually see that you can join our free Facebook group. It's called the High Ticket Society. So come check us out over there. We share some great information, things related to high ticket, and just some good information. It's a good place to be. So you can come join the free Facebook group as well.
Absolutely. And I will say, I personally vouch for Michael. I have learned an awful lot from you, so I thank you. You brought my knowledge of internet marketing kind of up to speed. I was a little behind the times with some of the knowledge that I have. And the other thing is that you give away an awful lot of information. You provide huge value for the people who are on your Facebook page and the people who interact with you. And we're talking about people who haven't even paid you to interact with you. So that's one thing that I do appreciate. Again, in that, your middle name, Overdeliver, you truly do over-deliver when it comes to providing education and information and guidance and things of that nature. So I thank you. And I am looking forward to our masterclass. The date has not been solidified yet, but we will be holding a masterclass. Michael will be coming to you live and giving you some tips and tricks and some information on how to start building your high ticket internet marketing business so that you can gain your freedom. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Any other parting words for us, Michael, before we go?
No matter what you do, remember that progress is better than procrastination.
Yes. Progress is better than procrastination. I read that this morning. Did you post that this morning?
Yeah.
Somebody posted that this morning. Was it you? Yes. And a lot of people, myself included, are master procrastinators. So you're right. Progress is better than procrastination. And on that note, I think we'll end there.
Okay.
So I want to say to all of our listeners, thank you so very much for your time. Michael Overdeliver Baptiste, thank you so much for your time. And I cannot wait for this masterclass and all of the other things that we're going to do together. And to all of my listeners and all of the viewers, I wish you love, light, peace, and prosperity. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.
Peace.